Hey, my name is Armel Dustin. I go to school at Dunbar Middle School in Lynchburg, Virginia. My presentation is about the rights and responsibilities that Lewis and Clark had during their amazing journey. The Table of Contents. Number 1. Background information. Number 2. Why is this important? Number 3. Basic summary of the expedition. Number 4. Rights. Number 5. Responsibilities. Number 6. Quotes. Meriwether Lewis. He studied paleontology, navigation, botany, and field medicine. He was the captain of the journey. He was born August 18th, 1774. He died October 11th, 1809. William Clark. He was an intelligent man with skills as a frontiersman. He was the unofficial co-captain of the expedition. He was born August 1st, 1770. He died September 1st, 1838. When they went on their journey, they found and categorized 122 new animals, such as the bushy-tailed wood rat, the pronghorn, the swift fox, the common porwell, the bull snake, and the goldeye. They also found and categorized 178 plants, such as the big-leaf maple, the chocolate lily, the deerhorn clarkia, the false buckthorn, the golden yarrow, and the large-head clover. After their expedition, Americans could finally start to move west. This was amazing news for the colonies because that way they could make new homes elsewhere where it wasn't so populated. They took time to draw incredibly detailed maps, showing what they had discovered throughout the trip. After they had come back, people copied these maps and used them to find their way west. They had been preparing since the fall of 1802, and the exploration finally began March 15th, 1803. For Lewis, Clark, and their crew, this was exciting but very frightening as well. During their journey, they traveled up the Ohio River, the Mississippi River, the Missouri River, and the Columbia River. Of course, they had to map it all out too. Finally, they reached the Pacific Ocean November 15th, 1805. It was like a sun finally coming out on a stormy day. This was remarkably relieving to all of the corps of discovery. A lot of them had probably given up hope of reaching the ocean by then, so seeing the ocean must have taken their breaths away. One right that they had was that they could simply not go and stay safely behind. Thankfully, their brave hearts led the way. These two very intelligent and brave men decided to work together for the better of the United States and risk their lives. They also had the right to bear arms, which proved very useful in their journey. Without this right, surely they would have had a lot more casualties. Surprisingly though, only one man actually died. His name was Charles Floyd, and he died August 20th, 1804. Of course, one of their responsibilities was to round up men to go on the expedition along with them. If they had gone alone, surely they would have perished. This exercise was most likely a hard one because not many people had an adventurous state of mind. Even then, Twice as many men as they thought were going to come came. The second responsibility that they had was to go collect enough arms and supply to sustain them throughout the trip. They couldn't bring only food, though, because there was no way they could carry that much weight. And even if they could, the food would just go bad after a while. The last responsibility that they had was to keep their men alive and safe, for if they did not, they might not survive themselves. Their men offered protection and resourcefulness. Without them, Lewis and Clark would have perished. "Ocean in view! Oh, the joy!" said Captain William Clark upon reaching the Pacific Ocean. This is a quote saying that reaching the ocean was like pure joy, a light in the darkness. Whilst I view those mountains, I felt a secret pleasure in finding myself so near to the head of the heretofore conceived, boundless Missouri. But when I reflected on the difficulties which this snowy barrier would most probably throw in my way to the Pacific Ocean, and the sufferings and hardships of myself and the party in them, it in some measure counterbalanced the joy I had felt in the first moments in which I gazed on them. But, as I have always held it little short of criminality to anticipate evils, I will allow it to be good, comfortable road until I am compelled to believe otherwise, said William Clark. This is Clark describing how he feels as he first gazes upon the Missouri River and the Rocky Mountains. He sees the beauty and the joy of the mountains, but he also sees that the mountains will bring him hardships, like a barrier to the Pacific Ocean. He wants to think of it as a good, comfortable road for as long as he can before he has to accept the truth that the mountains are actually a very harsh place. The end.